Hello there, I am Neil Donner.
And I am Hamza Iqbal.
We go to the Academy for Science and Design. ASD is a school where we learn a lot more about science and technology, and it is a great place for people like us who love science.
And when we heard about the science fair, we decided to join it together.
Once we were in the science project, we started thinking about a topic. We couldn't exactly find a specific one, but at a party, I had talked to a recent college graduate, and we were talking about cool new scientific discoveries. One topic that came up was cool phenomenon where electricity was made from dyes, kind of like photosynthesis.
This is Dye Sensitized Solar Cells.
It was a really cool topic, so we started researching.
What we did find out was that this had the potential to be cheaper than silicon solar cells, yet produce the same power, which is pretty cool, amazing in this world where green energy is awesome.
Basically, a dye-sensitive solar cell is made up of 5 things: a cathode, anode, and a dye, an electrolyte, and a catalyst.
We bought conductive film to act as cathodes and anodes, and it was transparent so that sunlight could go through. We used potassium iodide as an electrolyte so it could also conduct the electricity between the two anodes and cathodes. The dye produced the electrons when hit by sunlight, and the catalyst provided the dye with extra electrons.
So these are the solar cells we made. The first one was indigo, then blueberry, then cochineal, then red cabbage, logwood, and then grape. And these are some of the things.
First made them, they were more of a soft solid rather than really hard. And as the days passed, they dried up and decreased in voltage. And by day 5, a lot of it had dried up almost completely. So it turned out that blueberry had the most, and logwood had the least, and that the solar cells decayed very quickly. But it was because we are saying that because the graphite, it wasn't.
When we found that blueberry created a really strong voltage of 400 millivolts, which is half of the expected voltage of 700 millivolts. We were really surprised, and we thought that if more research can be put into this, to like what compounds and dyes is in blueberry that makes it produce such a high voltage, and we solve the problems of temperature, then we could have an actual cheap solar cell that could be used in the economy that's cheaper than the solar cells we have now and can actually benefit the world and help the environment. We'd like to give thanks to Raju Krishnaswamy, who was that person who gave us the idea to look into dye-sensitized solar cells, Ashwini and Govindan Dhanraj for buying the materials, and many websites who helped us get an overview of what dye-sensitized solar cells were about, which we have cited in our report.